I think I saw around, let's see, 81 movies this year. I was going for 100. I just thought that'd be like a nice goal to go for. Didn't get to it. There were a lot of movies I wanted to get around to seeing, but just didn't get around to. A lot of bad movies this year, but nothing really just horrendous. But a lot of great movies too. Some that I'd say probably gonna be my favorites for a while. Honestly, I don't think anything is gonna top them. But pretty good year for movies. Still haven't seen The Lighthouse or Parasite. Those are two I kind of wanted to see before the end of the year. Didn't get around to them. If I see them while the editing of this video, then I'll like put them in somewhere randomly. Anyway, got about 8 favorites this year. Of course, if I saw Lighthouse and Parasite, they'd probably be up here too. But here we go. Alright, Avengers Endgame. Now, I'm a huge MCU fan, so of course this was gonna be in my favorites for the year. Does it have problems? Plenty of them. Again, there's a lot of things that, especially the time travel, I think is extremely confusing when they explain it. It's very simple, actually. It's just the way of explaining it is very dumb. Plenty of other things that really didn't make a lot of sense to me, but at the end of the day, I'm a huge MCU fan, and I thought it was a great ending to at least like the first phase of the MCU. Of course, it's Marvel, it's owned by Disney, they're gonna make more money. End of the day, I couldn't help it, just love this movie. With all its problems and everything, I can't help it. It's just, I had a great time watching it. It does feel slow at the beginning, a lot of people say that, I agree, it is slow, but I just can't get over how much of a fan of Marvel I've been for so many years, so it's up there. Reason it's at the bottom is because it does have a lot of problems, but as an MCU fan, I love it. I Lost My Body. This is actually a really underrated film. It's a French animated film I came across on Netflix and I thought it looked pretty interesting. It's about a severed hand trying to find its own body. I forgot the main character's name. It's a French name, and of course I'm American, so I'm gonna forget it. But it's a great movie. It's a romance as well, animated, like I said. I think I said that. It's a great movie. I wish a lot of people talked about it more. I've seen a few more people on Twitter, and I think somewhere on YouTube mention it. Great movie. I think it's really underrated. The animation is really nice, like the style of animation, kind of this drawn look also. I guess kind of 3D a little bit. I just like the very hand-drawn look it has to it. Highly recommend it if you're into animated movies or just foreign films. Check it out. It's a Netflix exclusive. But yeah, pretty good. Marriage Story. I love this movie. I think Adam Driver, Scarlett Johansson are both great in it. Personally, kind of struck a chord with me. I've had similar experiences to some of the scenes depicted in this movie. So really, personally, it really got to me. So, pretty good movie. Performances are great. The one scene, everyone knows what scene I'm talking about. If you've seen Marriage Story, you know what scene I'm talking about. A lot of people don't like it, but honestly, I love it. I think that scene specifically is just great. I think Adam Driver does a great job in that scene, Scarlett Johansson. Of course, I understand the critiques of it, but personally, I love that scene to death. Probably one of my favorite scenes in movies in a while. Highly recommend the movie. Of course, Netflix exclusive. Check it out if you're a fan of Adam Driver or Scarlett Johansson, or just want like a good movie to watch. Midsommar. Pretty disturbing movie. A lot of great disturbing imagery. If you're into that type of stuff, then I highly recommend you check it out. I really like the set design in this movie. I really like the look of it. Really interesting. Honestly, pretty gory too at times. Of course, I'm not really like that into gore, but I think the gore is like pretty well done out of all the gore I've seen. I'd highly recommend it to anyone that's a fan of horror or just like anything disturbing. Pretty good movie. I did have high expectations, I'm gonna be honest. Had I high expectations, went into it thinking this is gonna be the scariest shit ever. Wasn't, but was still a pretty decent movie. Highly recommend it, and I might even see it again. Honestly, I liked it that much. The Irishman, great movie, great story, a lot of great acting, really nice action. I'd highly recommend it. I love the action in this movie. It's not all, over the top or built up. It's just sudden and out of nowhere, and I really like that about it. It just feels really genuine. It's not like there's build up to when someone gets shot. They just get shot, and it's just out of nowhere, and it gets you by surprise, and, feels very genuine. Really great, mob crime film. Martin did a really good job. Hats off to him. Really long movie too. I mean, it was 3.5 hours long, and it never felt like that. Your entire time I was watching it, I never felt like I was watching this like close to 4-hour movie. It just felt like I was watching just like something in an hour and a half, and I enjoyed every bit of it. I highly recommend it to pretty much anyone. It's a great movie if you have the time for it. Jojo Rabbit, man, this is a hilarious movie. I loved it. God, I laughed a lot during this movie, and it was really sad too. I love how this movie can really juggle the comedy and also seriousness throughout the movie. Child actors are great, man. Honestly, it's so nice to see good child actors. If you know me, you know how much I hate child actors that are like really bad. They're like probably the most annoying thing in movies. Everyone did great. If you want a really good comedy based on World War II, then I'd highly recommend it. Or if you just want overall just a really good comedy, then watch it. It's a great movie, and I'd highly recommend it to anyone, really. Unless it's like someone's really sensitive to offensive humor. It is offensive, of course, so I wouldn't really recommend it to anyone that's really sensitive to topics like that. Uncut Gems, man, it is so nice to see Adam Sandler branch off from like the typical dumb, like, goofy comedies he always does and actually take on, like, a really serious role, because he does great. He shows his true potential as an actor. He's nowhere near a bad actor. It's just, he's not put in, like, good roles. He's just in just dumb comedies. So it's nice to see him take on a serious role. He does fucking phenomenal in this. I might watch this movie again as well. Highly recommend it, anyone. If you're, like, the Adam Sandler fan that's like just wants a comedy, not really for you, but I'd still check it out even if it's not to your taste. It's still a great movie overall. Highly recommend it. Can't wait to see it again. I'm definitely gonna get around to watching it again if I have the chance. And my favorite movie of the year is Joker. Not that surprising if you looked at the thumbnail. Amazing movie. Joaquin Phoenix did a great job as Joker. Highly recommend this movie. It's like, of course, you've probably already seen it. I don't care what any critic says about this movie. They can shit on it all they want. They can call it the worst thing in the fucking world. I love it to death. I think Joaquin does a great job. I think it's a great take on, society and, mental illness. It does a great job of portraying that and not just making fun of it, but just actually showing what it is like and actually portraying it well. Nice to see, and it's also a comic book movie that isn't just the typical MCU DCEU movie. It's nice to see, a superhero comic book movie branch out from what a lot of others are doing and do something completely different. I want to see more shit like this. This is amazing. It's nice to see them branch out, do something completely different, and honestly, I'd love to see more superhero comic book movies like this in the future. Hopefully they make more. But yeah, I think this is really just the right step in the right direction. Joaquin does great, of course. Like I said, I'm probably going to mention that a million times. I just love this movie to death. I can't get over it. So many great performances, it looks good. I love the execution of just everything in the movie. God, if I just keep on talking, I'll probably just keep on repeating myself, how much I love it. Amazing movie. Of course, a lot of people don't like it, which is fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But personally, I love it to death. I hope I see more movies like this again. I hope they come out, more maybe sometime this year, next year. They do more movies like this based off comic books. I can only hope, though. Anyway, that was favorite movie of the year.